Hey Matthew, here is our video review for the week of February 23rd. We are looking at two songs that are on pages 18 and 19 of your book. The first one is called Merrily We Roll Along, and the second one is called Love Somebody, which maybe we should have done last week, which was Valentine's week, but hey, you know, we do what we can do. So this is Merrily We Roll Along. It uses all three of our one-finger chords, a C chord, which is your first finger on the first fret of the second string, that's the C chord, and then our G chord, which is our third finger on the third fret of our first string, and our G7 chord, which is our first finger on the first fret of the first string. So those are the three chords, C, then G, and G7. And here is Merrily We Roll Along. And remember, on these two songs, on pages 18 and 19, the music has a repeat sign at the end of the music, which means we repeat the whole song a second time before we finish. So here we go from the beginning of Merrily We Roll Along. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 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 rest. G, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. G7, G7, 3, 4, C, C, C. Now repeat. C, 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 C to the G. G, G, G to the C. C, C, C. Stay on the C. C, 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 C to the G7. G7. And then back to the C. 1, 2, 3, rest. And because we repeated the song, now we're done. And let's move on to the second one. Again, it's called Love Somebody, uses all of the chords that we've learned so far. It's a little bit trickier in that you don't have really any rests where you change your fingers. You have to change without having a rest in between. So here we go, taking a look at page 19, and try and keep your eyes on the music as much as you can, and don't get lost looking down at your fingers. You want to keep your eyes on the music so you know what chord is coming next. So starting on that C chord, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. C 4 times, then to the G. 4 times, then back to the C. 4 times, and now to the G7. 1, 2, back to the C. Here it comes. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the G. 2, then back to the C twice. C, C, G7, G7, C, C, C. Repeat. 4 times C. Now 4 times G. Now 4 times C again. Now 4 times G7. Now 4 times C. Now 4 times G. And now 2 times C. Then to the G7. And then back to the C. 1, 2, 3, and rest. If you can play along with this video, you can even do that for your practice time. If you play along with it once a day, that'd be amazing. If you did it twice a day, that'd be incredible. Now let's move on to our last thing that we were learning. I gotta flip the page here in my photos, and we introduced ourselves to the first multi-finger chord. So far we've only been playing one-finger chords, but now we've got a multi-finger chord called a D7. And the easiest way to build or to get your fingers into the correct shape for the D7 is start with your number 1 finger in a C chord shape, our one-finger C chord. So that's our C shape. And then what we want to do is we want to put our second finger on the string above it on the second fret and our third finger on the string below it on the 2nd fret. So our first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and our 3rd finger on the 1st fret of, 2nd fret of the 1st string. And you put it all together, and this is a chord where you are allowed to play the bottom 4 strings, not just the bottom 3 strings. So it'll take some getting used to get your fingers into that shape. But again, if you start with your hand in a C shape, it makes it a little bit easier to get your 2 fingers into their position for the D7 chord. So again, here's a C chord, and here's the D7 chord. I'm going to try and pull my fingers way in close so you can see that there. So our first finger is on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Our 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And our 3rd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. I hope I said that correctly. There's our D7 chord. And that's our review for this week. I hope you have a great week, Matthew. I hope your sister feels better, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.